Welcome back to the channel, you guys. I'm Billy D, and this is, of course, Drink, Smoke, Build. In today's episode, we're going to be working on the Monte Carlo here in the second part of the Safari Gambler build, and we are going to be doing a lot more in today's video than we have done in the last couple of videos. So the first thing is, as you can tell here, I have replaced the battery with the brand new battery. I have cranked it up a couple times. It cranks right up. It sounds like it's running okay. I can't tell if there's a miss or if it's just the fact that there's a hole or a separation in the exhaust somewhere. Sometimes when you have a hole in the exhaust, it can sound like a miss, and sometimes it is a miss. So I'll crank it up for you here later in the episode and let you guys listen to that. I have also went ahead and purchased a new door from the local pull-apart. As you can tell, this one doesn't have the interior panel, does not have the glass, does not have the switch panel, doesn't have really anything but the door itself, and maybe I think, yeah, the window regulators down in there. So I have picked up another door, this one here. Obviously not the same color, don't really care about the outer color. The interior color also not the same. It is more of a taupe. You guys will see that better once it gets on the car. But of the 7 different Monte Carlos at the pull-apart, this one was the most complete and in the best condition. Like, guys, this thing looks like it is essentially brand new on the inside. The outside has a little bit of like fade, but still in really good shape. $50 at the local pull-apart. So we're going to get this installed today, as well as pulling off the rear bumper, getting the tires aired up back here, removing all of this stuff from the trunk, which, like I said in the last video, looks like the person before me was living out of their car. So we're going to go through all of this and get this out of here. Pull the spoiler completely off. At this point, there's only one bolt that is holding it on. So we'll get that pulled off. And then we will take this to the car wash and get this thing all cleaned up inside and out. We'll get the new tires on it, the new bumpers, the roof rack, and all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get to it, get this door swapped out, get that spoiler off, get that bumper off, and then take it to the car wash. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and get the door on the Monte Carlo off, the original. If you've never replaced or taken off a door on a vehicle like this, much easier than a truck. I've done a bunch of different truck doors, and you've got to get the door just right with the jack and then pull the pins. Fortunately, all you have to do is pull 4 bolts, 2 top, 2 bottom, and unplug the wiring to the door, the switches, speaker, all that good stuff. I've already unplugged it, as you can see. So now we're just gonna back these 13mm bolts off. Make sure you have a helper and something to set the door on. Like, you can use a jack, probably the best, but I'm using a ramp to rest it on as we loosen it. So you want to take the middle bolts, so the bottom here and the top here, take those completely out, and then loosen the top, loosen the bottom, so that the door doesn't fall off into your helper's hands. So we'll go ahead and get those off, get it nice and supported, and then pull the last few bolts out. Oh, I don't think I have enough torque. See if you can pick up on the door just a tad to maybe release a bind on the screw. Yep, I'm gonna have to grab the ratchet and hammer that loose. looks like I am gonna have to use a hand. Try not to completely bust my windshield out. I think that might have done it. Maybe? Or am I just rounding it off? Nope. All right. Got it loose. Back to the easy way. All right. Loose, but not off. Bottom. It's stuck as well. Got that one loose. All right, now what I'm going to do is, since I am the larger person here, I'm going to have my wife do the impacting and pull those out as I hold the door, and as the bolts come out, I will take the weight of the door and then set it off to the side. All right, baby, ready when you are. Bottom first.
You want me to do bottom first?
Yeah, because I don't want it to tilt down on me. All right, you can send the floorboard.
Ready?
I am now. Just like that, we're free. Let's gently set on the ground. We'll move it over here to the front. We'll go grab our new door and we'll hammer it on. All right, as you can tell, she's beautiful. All right, so we are going to lift it up onto the ramp here. Gonna get everything lined up and then run a couple of screws in it to hold it together, and then get it lined up perfectly, and then put all four in. Okay. Okay, grab another bolt. Same thing on the bottom, very bottom.
Very, very bottom.
All right, bottom bolts in, top bolts in. Last two bolts are not in yet. I'm gonna close the door, make sure the body lines line up. And we're a little low. A lot low, actually. All right, let's pull it back. All right, I think that might actually do it. No. No. We're higher, but not as high as we need to be. I'm not really sure what's going on. All right. Okay. I'm gonna go get the floor jack. All right, let's see if that does it. All right, let's cross our fingers. Nope. Okay. Well, you know what this calls for? Time to end the video for a second and go check YouTube. All right, so as you guys can tell, I finally got the door on with the help of my wife for, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours that we jacked around with it, quite literally, and could not get it to get on, tighten everything down, and then everything close up and line up properly. So I ended up shimming the very bottom bolt on the very bottom hinge with a small lock washer, and it shimmed it just enough to bring it up, and it closes without a hitch and nice and lined up. So we got that on. I went ahead and zip tied the lights back on, got the tag on it, got the tires aired up. We're gonna take it real quick and have it scanned at O'Reilly's because the check engine light is on. Maybe that'll tell me a little more about what's going on. Maybe confirm that it is a misfire or not. So we're gonna head that way, get that checked out now. So it's the next day, and we've gotten the tires on the Monte Carlo, got those put on this morning. Big shout out to Auto World Express in Bethany, Oklahoma. Nelson's manager over there, been taking care of me and my family's needs for tires for going on 2 decades now. Big shout out to those guys. Always take care of us, always have the best prices. I got this set of Mastercraft Corsair AXT2s. Pretty aggressive mud train tire, but still a nice riding tire on pavement. It was a toss-up for me as to whether or not I was going to go with the Toyos or the Mastercrafts, and these were about $30 a tire cheaper, so definitely better fit my budget, and they are looking great. Now, the tire is 1.5 inches or so taller, so about 3/4 of an inch overall height lift on the vehicle, and I don't have any sort of rubbing. They're about 1/2 inch wider. Don't have any sort of rubbing on the front. I've got plenty of room between the bottom of the strut and the tire. The back, on the other hand, I am getting a little bit of rubbing. Now that's okay. I was planning on getting spacers anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and pick those up tomorrow and then get those on, and that should keep the back from rubbing, but I'll show you that real quick. So as you can tell, the bottom of the rear strut is right on the tire, and it is barely rubbing, but it is rubbing just a tad. So I'm going to get some 1.5 inch spacers. That should bring it out far enough that I don't have any sort of problems with rubbing there, and should make the car look a whole lot better. So there is the finished installed door, lined up nice. So last night when I went to O'Reilly's, I ended up finding out that the injector for cylinder number 5 was faulty. So I'm gonna head to the salvage yard in the morning, grab one of those and swap it out. They're only $6 from my local pull-apart, and they are almost $200 from O'Reilly's. Yeah, screw that. I'm not spending that much money on an injector. So I'll get a couple of used ones. Hopefully they work just fine. Fix my misfire problem, which you guys could hear in that video of me taking off to O'Reilly's. And hopefully that will fix the engine misfire and we'll be good to go. The spacers will fix the rubbing problem in the back, and then all we got to do is get the rack, the lights, the bumpers on, and we're good to go for the Gambler. And I will probably end up painting this. I think I'm going to go with red accents, like red wheels, red bumpers, red mirrors, that kind of stuff. And then the rest of it, I haven't really decided on a main color. I'm leaning towards black, but still not sure. Guys, I thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscription button if you haven't already. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of this build. And I will see you guys in the next Monte Carlo build video right here on Drink Smoke Build. Much love, you guys. Billy D. Peacing on out.